Who is on live? Who is on live? Welcome to Live with Tatelicious Talk Show. And I'm your host, Tatelicious Karigambe Sandberg. And on this talk show, on this week's talk show, we are continuing with disclosing, our partners as HIV people, as HIV positive people. We are continuing with disclosing our status. Let me just see who has joined on. I can see people are popping for this week's talk show. And it's all about coming out and helping each other. Who is already in? Who is already in? Who is already in? Welcome to Live with Tatelicious Talk Show. And it's your girl Tatelicious Karigambe Sandberg. Let me just reduce this volume so that I don't get a negative feedback. Okay, so I can see a lot of people are joining in. I can see comments. Hello, Tatelicious. Nyasha Kariza has joined. Magugu Wetu. Ellen Mureri has joined. Hi, Sisi Tateh. Hey, Nick Denga. I love you guys. Gloria Mamoyo. Magugu. Oh, Vivi Mazi. Mairu Nyasponono says Wakandi Kochera Mufunge. Check your inbox. And hi, Kokchena Skana. Vedue Karindo Kutishirwele Shimbo Fadiziwo Kamkati Mkatum. I can see Hungwe Zoba has joined. Ish Wakachena. Thank you so much, guys. Nice dress, Tata. Hi, British Mluzi. Zuzu Pretty is watching. Wow, you look gorgeous. Watching you from Paris. Thank you, Grace Charise Ikem. Kimberly, hello there. Oh, Ellen Murevi. Wow, Wakandi Kwasharaman. I love you, Ellen. And Mariana Chawawa, Hardwell, Chikowero, Molimukukwe, Constance D has joined. Hey, Constance. And I would like to start by reading one of the letters which I have received from a nurse who is a Zimbabwean nurse in Australia. And she says, Tatelicious, before you go on, I need you to read out this letter to your viewers. Patrick Fawai, the way you feel that dress, Tatelicious, like you were poured onto it. Oh, party. Thank you so much. Robert Bailund, all the way from Sundsvall, Sweden. Welcome on board, my dear. And Tateh, you never seem, even if I got first love from Dublin. Oh, Gareth, and Chimburoaka dance. If you see me now not wearing those big gowns, maybe these days I can pour some dance because I have to be flexible. Those big gowns cannot let me dance. But maybe, you never know. Then this is Sisi Ellen Murevi Wanku, Anna Mochi Noda has joined. I love you people. I can see the love. The love is pouring. But there is a letter which came from an Australian nurse, Zimbabwean nurse, who said, Tateh, hey Tatelicious, greet your viewers for me, and I want to tell you that I have been having a problem at my workplace. As a Zimbabwean nurse who is working in Australia, where I work with the HIV issues, and I have faced problems when it comes to our Zimbabweans people. When they know that I'm working there, they will not come back again to get help. Oh, sometimes I am not even invited to social gatherings because I'm a nurse. Tateh, help me. What should I do? Should I just not help my people who are HIV positive because of the discrimination I get as a nurse? Or should I just talk to them to say there is no need? So I want you also, as we are talking about this, disclosing our statuses to the partner, I want also health practitioners to come on board and tell us what they think. I can see Anna Mo says, you inspire me, Sha. I love you. I love you more, Anna. And D. Mags, Rejoice Zingiratava Gadza has joined. And you know, I want people also to join in the live if someone wants to pour in their messages on how to disclose their status. And I want a big shout out to the people who are joining on the dating site. The numbers are increasing every day. And Tateh looking very smart as usual. Then cadence at the end of the show. Imiwe. Then talk to them. That's British Muluzi says to the next, talk to them. Revai Usai Wenyu says, Usavi Wevu. Zimbabweans, we are the most complicated complicated people on earth. I agree with you, Revai. Then Hloni Pani Riz Gubugu says, you always looking good. I like the way you are. Just open letter and you don't pretend. Thank you so much, Hloni Pani. And this is Stembi. So Shaira is watching. Gay No Maichi is watching. Blessed Mavi is watching. My sister says, Revai says, Zimbabweans are the most complicated people on earth. I think when it comes to HIV and AIDS, I agree. This is a nurse who is in Australia, a Zimbabwean nurse who is working with HIV and AIDS. Instead of you Zimbabweans to go and ask, you know, how to get help in your own language. Maybe she understands Ndebele, or maybe she understands Shona. Why can you not express your feelings to say, you see, I've got an STI in my vagina, but I don't know what am I going to do because I'm HIV positive. You can get help from that. But if you go to a doctor who is speaking in English, and you are not pure and innocent in that English, you know, it is a challenge already. Then Need Monya Kutumba says, love Tateh from Mozambique. Welcome on the show, Need More. My V says, Kuita Kubuda Chaiko Tateh. Thank you so much. I just want to thank my crew also, which gives the setup of this show, Network Video Solutions, and its leader, of course, Richard, who has made sure that my set is on point. Then Grace Mazibisa also is watching. We then noticed to say, as Zimbabweans everywhere, I also had this issue from the UK. People who are in the UK are also suffering these nurses to say, Tateh, we really want to help couples. We really want to help people who are HIV positive, but they are afraid. And also I want to say, okay, last week as we were talking about disclosing to couples, a lot of couples have been writing to me then. I will go to one couple, they say, Tatelicious, don't disclose our names, but talk. Can you just say our problem which we are facing? We are a discordant couple, which means that one is positive and the other one is negative. And Tateh, I am afraid of making love nowadays to my partner. So the partner who is HIV positive is the male, and the partner who is HIV negative is a female. And they said, Tateh, what should I do? Tateh, how should I get help? So I really want people also to air out their views. It's not about you being HIV positive. I just want you to give an honest opinion to this couple. They say they are struggling. One is HIV positive, one is HIV negative. And they said, yes, the doctors are helping us. But that moral instinct of just saying we grew up being told that HIV is a killer disease. What are we going to do? And I can see Patient Semwayo is watching. Sandra Morris Vakumavangu is watching. Let's talk about that. Let's help this couple. This is couple number 1, which wrote to me after the show last week to say, Tateh, we want to be helped. Then and that dress and the head wrap. Oh, thank you. I love you, Sikulekile. And Tariro, failing to connect, dear. Looking good. Thank you, Tari. Tari, I'm waiting for you. Please try to connect, because I want you to answer this question from a couple which is saying that we are having a problem. We really know all of the viral loads, the CD4 count, everything. We were told that it's correct. We can sleep without hindrance. But the wife is afraid. And actually, she went on. They called me on a Skype calling. And they said, Tatelicious, we are almost wanting to divorce. Because as the wife, I don't feel comfortable sleeping with my husband, HIV positive. So we want to help this couple. It's echoing and repetition. I think I have reduced my volume. I hope at the first time listening to your show. Welcome on board, Tinashe Maposa. We are talking about the part 2, discordant couples. How to tell your partner that I'm HIV positive. And last week, as we started this show, one of the people who were talking, who asked me on private mail, they said, Tatelicious, this is our Skype. Can you please call us? We need to talk to you. And Coombs Hey said that's such a tough topic, because we were raised being told it's a killer and it's so scary. That's very true. And first time tuning in, thank you, Diana Hove, Chimama Tate, Jay Waaya, thank you for joining. Trevor Hove says, hey, he has joined also. So I want to know, guys, how can we help this couple? this couple really says we are short. I can see someone is already on live. I hope I will stand up without shammering the skirting sides. Mabrugwa asazobude. Let me just join. Kums, hey. Kums, my dear. But as you are joining, I want to read Patrick Fuvai's comment. Says, Venice can give written material that is illustrated with color pictures. That is simply enough for the ordinary person to understand. Hi, Manjenjenje. I'm trying to join. Hello.
Hi, Tate. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome on my show, dear. Live on Tatelicious talk show.
Oh, thank you. You're looking gorgeous. I have so much love for you, my dear.
Thank you so much, my love. Tell us, what do you think about the couple I was talking about? How can we help them?
To be honest, you saw my first comment, it's scary. For me, it's the way, from day one, Tichikura, AIDS was I remember, okay, my own personal experience. The first time I met somebody, I had AIDS. I think I was about 12 years of age.
Yes.
But because of the way we were drilled, Kunzi, AIDS is, it's the worst thing that can ever happen to you.
That's true.
I remember greeting her, and as a child, ndakaenda ndichidedera kumba, oh my God, ndabata munhu, what am I, what's going to happen to me? Now, as life has gotten on, we've been introduced, we've been re-educated.
Exactly.
But the thing is that stigma inside Zimbabwe in Kunzi AIDS yakaipa is there. So I really understand this woman when she says, Kuti, she's scared. I know the first thing they should say is counseling, but counseling yacho, it depends. Now, I think it should not depend on the relationship yao iripama levels up. Because
and the other thing which I left to talk about, these are people who got married about 22 years ago, and now they have 2 children, and having 2 children, HIV of the husband came later on, which means something happened with daddy, maybe kubasa or something happened there. But now the wife is saying, Tatelicious, maybe I was cheated on. I spoke with them as a therapist, HIV therapist, to them to say, you know what? Gone are the days when we want to take things like these emotionally. You also want to think your life of your children, to say, are they going to cope to live with you guys separated? And anyway, who is dying of AIDS or HIV these days? Myself, I've been living with the virus for over 15 years. And my husband has been negative for the whole year we have been sleeping with each other, which means things that you cannot spread HIV. It's very highly if those conditions of CD4 count and your viral load is controlled. But they also said, Tate, can you also ask other people? How would they react? And as you are saying, it's scary. But would we recommend for them to divorce, or would we recommend for them to, find strength in each other, get more help? What do you recommend, my sister?
Right now, I think kutipato ne ma trust issues. So when trust is broken, like this woman already, she was married, she was with her husband, then trust was broken. She gets to find out kuti murume wake ane HIV, which of course when she married him, he was negative. Saka trust inonetsa, you need to rebuild the trust. And sometimes trust comes with forgiveness. Saka, I actually think this lady needs to find out what she needs to do. Has she forgiven her husband, first of all, for what has happened? Because apapatori nenyaya, every day, she wakes up, she's obviously asking herself or telling herself, so she needs to deal with a few things before she can even get to a level say continue her sexual relationships. Saka, yeah, for me, my advice would be there are a few things she needs to deal with before she even gets to the stage I want to continue having a sexual relationship. She needs to rebuild her trust nemurume wake. realize kuti okay tine vana, because I know some people right now would say vana saka wofira vana here, you know, or your happiness. Exactly. Yeah, but then when you do have kids, Tatelicious, like in Indian, I always ask myself, kuti, you know, if I ever had to walk away from the father, I don't want in a situation years later, kuti, Mom, did you even try to save your relationship na dad, or
marriage,
you know, exactly. Yeah, so she needs to think of all that first, kuti, okay, what is she willing to give up? You know, if she walks away, because she has every right to walk away. And as I said, it's not, I think it would be so scary only because of the way we were brought up.
It's not easy. I also put, you know, I also put myself in that situation to say, if I was HIV negative and fallen in love with Richard, him being HIV negative, then a couple of years down the line, Richard becomes positive. How am I going to take that? You know, of course it's painful, but also coming to the issue of saying HIV these days is not killing anyone. AIDS is not killing anyone if it's treated and if you've got all the support you need as an AIDS patient. So you would, I advised this sister to say, I don't have any solution, but also I will bring this issue to the show so that people can air out their views. But one thing I explained to her to say, as long as your husband, because they say they go to the doctor every 2 months, and she said that because the husband also was actually in the Skype video call with me, and I asked the husband, how is your CD4 count? How is your viral load? And how is your immune system? Do you have any STIs currently? You know, those are the issues which are scary for spreading the HIV if you have got a negative, HIV negative partner. Then they both said, no, everything is correct and clear and we are getting, you know, coached. Then privately I said to the husband, you know what, sometimes partners, they make mistakes. You have to really apologize to your wife.
Yes,
maybe
exactly.
Cultural thing, maybe what I want to apologize, some things which you go over that extra mile. So I just have to apologize. So this was the main topic which is on the agenda, to say I will speak with my people. And thank you for the advice, my sister. And what are your few words to the young people who are also facing these challenges of disclosing their statuses?
Well, I mean, AIDS, HIV, yeah, you can live. So people, please, because in Indo-Karanchimgo, if you do find out, don't be ashamed. Just go see the doctor, get your meds. It's the end of your life, but no, doctors have come up with solutions. So please, your tablets, and you know, stay strong, take it day by day, because even for this couple, I would actually want them to just take their time. Because if they rush,
they said, Tate, should we go to Hama? I said no.
No.
He said no.
Deal with it yourselves. Exactly. When they are strong enough to handle what other people are going to say, then if they want to disclose their situation, they can. But in the meantime, it's always best because as I said, it's a scary situation. Hey, I wouldn't. You know?
Those are the relatives and you advise.
Saka people just stay strong. It's, you know, it's there, but awareness yako. So we hope we can keep getting educated, and especially for us like Zimbabweans, it's this new awareness, you know, I hope it can continue being spread, because, you know, AIDS is not the end of the world, or HIV. If you contract it, you know, doctors are there. If you're living with people with AIDS, don't worry, you're not going to makapu separate ndiro. Some tough times, but I think, you know, Zimbabwe is changing, and we, as Zimbabweans or people in the world, we are changing. Awareness is out there for us to understand this illness better, and know, you know, you can live, and you can live a very happy life. So that's what I can say to that couple as well. They can live a happy life. They just need to figure it out. Pakati pavo kuti vari kuda kuenda kupi.
That's true. Thank you so much, my love, and thank you for joining on the show. I love you.
Oh, you're welcome,
so
Tateh. Loads of love. Mwah.
Oh my God, that was a beautiful caller who just joined in. This is my advice I give to the couple who is facing the tough times. And Ubutle Dade. Oh, thank you so much, Sabelo Shongwe. Mukoma Masimba has joined. Mukoma Masimba, welcome on my show. Kennedy Klo says, Wakashena, love the glasses. Thank you, Nadzidza. Thank you so much, Pasi Ona Paruani. So this is the first couple, and I think my sister who was on the phone, she really answered well. Let me go on to the second couple who wrote in, and they gave in their conclusion to say, Tatelicious, we are recently engaged, and I am HIV positive, and I'm trying to tell my boyfriend, and he has already set days to come and pay my bride price. Should I tell him before he gives the bride price, or should I tell him after he gives my parents the bride price, after apedza kurora? Tate, please help me. So let's deal with this sister of mine. This is a sister of mine who is based in South Africa, and she says, Tate, this is real life. I'm about to be married. How do I deal with an issue of saying we are a very young couple? I was born with HIV, but I'm failing to tell my partner for the 2 years we've been dating. So I want someone to come on the platform and give this young couple an advice. I'll read some comments here. Please tell him today. This is Nicholas Paradza. Nicholas Paradza advised you, my sister, to say, please tell him today. Okay, Nicholas. Then Diana says, before. It's better before because she will regret later. Okay, everyone is saying before. This one is Ngamu after apedza kurora. Rudo fortunate ngwenya. It's actually what my husband was saying, to say, you know what, Tatelicious, I would advise the lady to say, let's the marriage things finish, then they'll settle that after. But I was begging to differ, to say in our Zimbabwean culture or in our African culture, if you go to that extent, someone can say, Nrukuda mari yangu back, I want my money back. Tell him now before if he loves you, he will stay. Yeah, it's not your fault, Diamudze. Then Rudo Fortunate said, after Lobola. Let me add a caller here. A caller is online, wants to join in. This is Sandra Zita. Sandra Zita, are you okay, Richie? Good, baby. Hello,
Hi.
Sandra.
Hi, Auntie. How are you?
I'm good, my love. Welcome on my show live with Tatelicious Talk Show.
I'm okay. Do you know what? I just, the one that you just read now, to say she's getting married and she's scared to tell the partner that she's positive. I think she should have disclosed that before, way before things get serious, because now the relationship obviously has established. It's now coming to say we're getting married, which means they are serious. But all of a sudden you drop the bombshell to say, I'm positive. Being positive is not the end of the life. There's life. People are living with it. There's nothing to be ashamed of. But I think it would have been advised if she would have said it way before, in the beginning of the relationship. Like what I always think, it's, you'd rather tell the person the truth, let them decide whether they want to stay with you, because now it will look like she's stringed along the guy.
But my sister, is it easy to tell someone that I was born with this virus, HIV?
Tateh?
Yes, my dear, tell me.
I understand. You know, I know kuti, you know, like isusu ka we always think kuti munhu akabatwa chirwere waihura chichichi, but sometimes it's not the case. You can meet a guy, you fall in love, and he doesn't, even himself, he doesn't know that he's positive, because we all know men are very scared to do their test and all that. But for her, it's easy to, I think it's easy because you just say, I was born like that.
But there is an interesting thing in a letter. She says, Tatelicious, whenever I bring up issues of HIV, people who I have buried in my relatives, my partner always says, I don't want to date anyone who is HIV positive. So
Well,
this is a girl who have dreamed to have a wedding. And
yes.
this is a girl who have dreamed to be married.
Yes.
You know, I'm actually failing to paraphrase this one. Must she lose her wedding of a lifetime because of, you know, sins which were committed by her parents, which she cannot control because she was born with the virus?
But at the end of the day, if he's gonna go, he's gonna go, because he's said it several times that I do not want to be with anyone who's got HIV. For her, she will just get hurt once, it will be over. Someone, maybe he's not even the one for him. Because if someone really truly loves you, deeply loves you, whether you've got AIDS or one eye, or you've got immune, you know, on the side, they will love you regardlessly. Kuti, Inini, I think she should have, you know, that is a red flag already. Kuti, I don't want to be with anyone who and she knows that she has that. She should have just ended the relationship, not taking it any further. And God, I believe, no, until each and every human being, God created somebody for that person. It might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, it might not be next year, but one day, her dreams will be fulfilled. As they say, we prophesy with our mouth. Whatever you say, if that's what she wants, it will definitely happen, and she will meet somebody maybe who's not even positive, who would love her, embrace her. Could you know what? I love you the way you are. HIV is not a death sentence. It's not. It's right now. I always tell people, I do have family members that have the disease. I always say, you know what? Just say you've got a cold. It's like a cold now. Apana where people should be saying, you've got HIV. It's no longer that.
I agree with you, my dear. I also said to him,
some of people, we are suffering with it and we don't even know. We are saying, me, as long as you don't know.
Someone says, actually, let me read this comment whilst you're still online, my dear. Someone, Rutendo, says, what's the point of having a lavish wedding? Then marriage yacho ends soon as he finds out. It's unfair not to tell him, especially if he just expressed reservations about living with a positive person.
Yes. So it's better for her to just kill the cow and move on. If he wants to stay, let him stay because he wants to be with you. Not what you want to say, oh, because I want to be married, or you string him along, you don't tell him. It's better to just hit him with the nail, you know what, this is the situation that I'm in. It's not what I got this thing because in Daihura or whatever. I got this thing. I was born like this. If he wants, he decides to be with her, he will be and will go along with the marriage.
But you know, one thing which scares me, people who are this vulnerable, they can be also suicidal. I have read issues in HIV issues where people are left before their wedding day or before their bride price is paid and they kill themselves. So I said to her, please join in on my show every Monday, 1900 Central African Time, so that you can see how people will react to you. Because me, I failed to advise her because I will be also a victim of her extremist decisions. If she decides to kill herself, of course, she says that Tatelicious gave me this advice and I decided to take my life. So I said, it's rather better when we talk about these issues openly to say, how do we help her? And as I can see, a lot of people are talking about, you know, she has to tell her before she has to tell her. And Kola, people are saying you've got nice makeup. Sensivo Loyi sense you're wearing nice makeup, Kola. I
Oh,
love it.
thank you.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
Thank you,
what are
everyone.
your last words to young people who want to disclose their HIV status, my sweetness?
Me, I always say, Kuti, you know what? First embrace yourself. Admit, Kuti, yes, this is the situation that I'm in. Yeah. If ever I'm gonna meet someone in life, I would tell them. And if they feel like I'm not the right person for them, you miss one bus, you catch the next one.
You
That's
catch
me.
the other. That's true, my
Yeah.
dear. That's true.
So she should what she has to have now, Kuti. She has to be strong, mentally strong, and also embrace, Kuti. This is the situation. If he's gonna marry me, if he's gonna stick up with me, he's gonna stick up regardless of whatever the situation that I'm in. If he's not meant, he doesn't want, which means he's not meant to be. Move on.
That's true, my dear. But
And she should
anyway,
be
thank you
strong
for
as well.
joining. Thank you for joining on my show, my love, and I love you so much.
Love you too.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Oh my God, today's show is very nice. Today I'm just taking some questions from every people who wrote to me who are also struggling in disclosing their HIV statuses. And thank you so much, Kola. It was very informative that she should do it now. Otherwise, she might be sued after the wedding or during the honeymoon, or things badly might happen, or they might take each other's life to the extent of killing each other to say you wanted to kill me. And this is Loro Ruvarashe. Says, Tate, this issue of the virus is nothing because you can live with it. Ingawan iwewe wakadiwa wakadaro. Achawana wake hanomuda. That's very true. That's very true to say the issue of the virus is nowadays it's common. Michelle Mufukare says, I think they should seek professional help. I agree with you, Michelle. The professional can mediate and make the guy sign a non-disclosure document, whether he decides to continue or not. It is not his place to disclose his status to other people, the way the lady... Okay. Natasha says, this is a good thing you are doing, Tateh. Keep it up. Thank you, Natasha Nyasha. Anita has joined. Diana Garaba Mafumo has joined. Kathy Cookie Fur has joined. So this was the second letter which came in. Let me go to the other letter. Today I'm just reading letters from people who are suffering from disclosing their status. Then this one is saying, Tateh, we are a middle-aged couple, and we've been married for 12 years. And I got to know that my wife was HIV positive because she was taking medicine from where my friend doctor works. So I later on confronted her. Then she said she was raped. But I forgave her. But now I'm a victim, Tate. I also contracted the virus. Should I leave her or should I stick with her? This is a partner, which is, they didn't tell me where they are from. They just wrote anonymously. And they said, Tate, please help us. My wife was HIV positive, drinking medicine secretly. And I got to know that she's drinking medicine, HIV, through his friend doctor who worked at the hospital where the wife was coming. To say, the doctor didn't to disclose anything. The doctor said, but I don't see you taking your medication when your wife comes. Why are you taking your medication? Which means the doctor thought that they were both HIV positive, or the doctor just wanted to help his friend. So I want someone to tell me how I can help this couple. This couple is on the verge of divorce, but they say, Tatelicious, we have a lot to lose. Our children are doing very well in school and we don't want to separate. So how can you help us, Tatelicious? And I said, okay, my show. People will come in with some suggestions, then we make a delivery. Let me make this caller join. Rutendo. Rutendo, welcome on my show, my dear. Just accept. Rutendo. Agnes Mutasa Patel has joined. Primrose Chakanetsa has joined. Marianne Molestrom has joined. Hello, Rutendo, my dear.
Hi, Tati. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome to my
So,
talk show, Live with Tatelicious.
thank you so much. You know, I think obviously this wife has done the wrong thing by not telling her husband as soon as she was raped or whatever it is. Aifana kumva adisclose akakuti ndarapwa. And kana asina zve
Rutendo. People are just saying people should tell. Is it easy? You know, with
it's not
Richard,
easy.
with me, I had HIV when I was young as 12 years old. So it was part of my everything. It was easy to just tell Richard that this is the issue. But what about you got married without HIV? Is it going to be easy to tell your partner that this is what is on the ground?
But you see, kane upenyu hwatakurarama mazuvano, and with the prevalence of HIV and AIDS, if something like rape happens to you, it's important for you to disclose, because that risk is a very high risk yekuti watocontracta chirwere handiti.
That's true.
That's why I'm saying first mistake yaakaita ndeyekuti haana kutotaura kuti arapwa. Rape is not your fault. I know a lot of people go through a lot of psychological things that they must deal with after they've been raped. But at the end of the day, it's not your fault that you were raped. And I think this could have been a completely different situation if she had disclosed the fact that she was raped. However, haana kutaura kuti arapwa. And then after azo discover kuti ari HIV positive, akaramba futi akanyarara. So what she's done now is this one, it's now on her, because you know a marriage is a partnership, and every time you're meeting with your husband or your wife, you're literally putting your life into that person's hands, and it.
That's true.
So your husband is trusting you enough to put his life into your hands by having unprotected sex with you. Wakanyarara kuti warapwa, wakunyarara futi kuti you've discovered that you contracted the disease. So what I was just driving at is, yes, the lady was wrong. But when you read the letter, you did say kuti Joni, the husband has forgiven her. Atangati, I forgave her.
But
for not telling me.
Rutendo, my Gabi is saying to you, I agree with you, Rutendo. But dzimwe nguva vakadzi vanongopomerwa, so anenge akutochka. What do you say to my Gabi?
I agree na my Gabi kuti Joni unenge uchichka kuti unopomerwa nzi pane zvawakaita etc. But what is better? Kupomerwa uchiziva kuti hauna zvawakaita, iye osara ari right, kana kuti iye zvino wakutozopomerwa futi kuti watouraya munhu. You know how people speak. Yes, HIV is not a death sentence, but kana zvakuzotaurwa akutonzi wauraya munhu. Much as it was not your fault kuti wabata, but because waramba uchiinteracta nemurume wako uchiziva kuti une chirwere, wamupa chirwere, saka in a way vanhu vanenge vakutoti watomuuraya.
Let me read another comment for you, Rute. I see you, my lovely young sister. Amainin Wendimori say, I miss you so much, baby. There is this A. Majuru Shamu says, theories have proved that victims find it difficult to disclose. I agree with that, and it remains a fact. So how can we then save her marriage? Because she's saying also the husband is now HIV positive, and the husband is blaming her for contracting the HIV. But I'm saying also, who doesn't know that varume havagari mumba, varume vanofamba famba? And is it very guaranteed that it's this woman who gave the husband HIV? You know, these theories are so difficult to take into consideration. Tell me more. Daniel Elkberry, I can see you, my dear. Pamela, I see you also. Tell me more, Rute.
I think, you know what? There's no guarantee Kuti this man got this virus from his wife. But unfortunately for her, because akatanga kubuditswa kuti ane chirwere, the blame can now be laid on her. You know what? Sometimes, hard as it is, it might be better kuti ugare wataura handiti kuitira kuti chi iye kana uri kumusiya ari negative hapana achaisa the blame on you.
But it was already done, Rutendo. What can we help her with here now? Because yadeuka. mvura yeguchi haiorereki. Todi, what can we do with her situation now? How can we help her?
Yeah, so what I was gonna say about zvanda ndichikubvunza kuti tatipa waverenga uchiti zvoni murume wacho ati paakanzwa kuti she contracted the disease, initially he forgave her, handiti, and then azonzwa kuti aane chirwere ndopaakuzotsamwa once again. So what I think is, if you were able to forgive her initially, pawakanzwa kuti okay, my wife contracted this disease, ukati okay, ndazvinzwisisa ndakuregerera, chiramba zveu, like, I think work through your pain yekuti you've contracted, but if you were able to forgive her the first time, then ramba uchiregerera munhu wako and try and work through it together, because as you said, zvatovako, it's not going to go away.
Stop blaming each other. There is another one who is responding to what you are saying, my sweet Rutendo. It's Joyce Sandra. Joyce is saying, leaving her means you no longer have feelings for her. But if you still love her, it's best for you to resolve your issues for the sake of their family. Obviously, the wife was wrong, but now it has happened, and he can forgive her, and they can live together and let bygones be bygones. Blame game aside. I can see a very common thing which is being used. Love, love, love. So I think love plays an important role, is it, when it comes of acceptance and tolerance of each other's HIV status?
Definitely. Definitely. Because I think if your love is real, then you can work through it, especially in this case where we're saying it's already done. Apasisina kutiza chero ukamusiya hausi kuzomuka wa negative nekuti wamusiya mukadzi wacho.
You guys, you have had kids, and you know it's just one of the things which also says trust. One caller who said trust is going to be also a problem in the relationship, and Duchess, I see you, Duchess has joined also. These issues are complicated. At the end of the day, what I can also safely say to them, they need to seek professional help, which means a lot of psychologists have to be involved, a lot of HIV therapists have to be involved, and a lot of marriage counselors have to be involved in their lives. So that, because we cannot kill this issue with only an HIV therapist or a talk show with Tatelicious, but a lot of help needs to get into them, because at the end of the day, if this blame game is going to happen, if one person is going to get sick, you say, I got sick because of you. So I think professional help is the way to go. But Louise also is responding to what you are saying, Rutendo. Louise Makosa, she says, counseling helps a lot. I think it's normal for the husband to react the way he is, but he needs to go for counseling and make an informed decision.
Yes. I think, you know, the people who are commenting are bringing very valid points. Because I also, right now, as I said, initially, akagona kuregerera asati aziva kuti iye anacho chirwere. Now that akuziva kuti iye wanacho, obviously, akureacta out of emotion, out of pain, out of fear, out of, now he's still having to deal with acceptance. I've now also got the virus. It's not just my wife. So definitely counseling would serve them well. But I really do think if they open up their minds, they can work through it.
There's one person I'm going to read for you who just responded to what you said also. Mopeli. I'm not so good in reading this, but I will try. It's Mopeli Ntejane. Mopeli says, Tate, the couple may be in the verge of divorce in their mind. But this is not the case, as they have already done much in their lives. It may not also help them with anything to separate, as yet they already know the truth. They just need to support each other, as they have already forgiven each other the first time, is what Rutendo you were saying. Then also the comment went on to say they just need to continue seeking support. It's very difficult for others to accept them if they do not accept themselves. They just need to take their medication together and proceed with their lives. I think
Yeah.
It's wrapping up. It's really going with what you were saying.
But Tateh, you know what? It brings us back to what you mentioned in a previous letter that you read. Kutizhoni, now we're saying they need to seek support. They need to seek the correct support. Because remember how we were talking about there are some people who are going to give you advice that will actually break you up. So yes, we want you to seek support, but seek the correct support.
Relatives won't give, especially as anyone who writes to me, I give the number one advice: don't go to relatives, don't go to friends, because they are not professionals. People have to seek for professional helps. It's better to go to someone who you don't know, knowing that maybe, oh, Tatelicious is an HIV therapist, or Rutendo is a counselor. You know, you go to those people who you don't even know, but you want to be helped. I have a problem with relatives because they tend to take sides. I've never seen someone who really took these kind of issues seriously and supported a real notion. A lot of cases, that's what happens.
And it's because they also react emotionally. It all comes back to reacting emotionally, because kana weni ndiri hama, obviously ndicharwadziwa ka kuti saka hama yangu ndo zvatovapo, so I'll react emotionally.
So what are your last words, my sweetness, to the young people, to everyone who's disclosing their statuses? What can you say, my dear?
Well, all I can say is it's important to know your status. Can also to test, go get tested. At least the earlier you know, the earlier you can deal with it. And I really think if you are positive, as early as possible. Yes, I know you still also have to deal with your own emotions, but if you have a significant other, try and share it as early as possible, because I honestly think the longer you wait, the more difficult it is and the worse it is for your relationship, because it's hard to rebuild trust. You kept it from me for that long.
I know. That's why I always tell even my people, my viewers who come on the platform to say, you know what, it's better not to have a relationship than to build a relationship on lies, because issues like HIV and issues like you had an STI before or any sexually transmitted infections, these are issues which have to be disclosed at early stages of your relationship. If you fail, it has big consequences. And usually people, they then, I've never seen in a relationship where people have divorced to say, oh, it was my fault. It was my fault. Usually people are, it was his fault. It was his fault. Or it was a fault. People play, that blame game is always playing in every sense.
And you know what, Tati, much as we might say, I mean, some people will tell you, oh, I consistently used protection. But even the condoms themselves have a 0.1 or whatever percentage of failure.
Yes.
So if I am taking that 0.1% risk, I need to be aware that I risk my life by 0.1%. It's unfair. But I never let you do it without.
You are really on point, Rutendo. You have brought one issue which my husband and I, we've been debating with the crew, of course, with Tatelicious talk show crew. We've been saying, how can we then bring a talk show without being banned on Facebook? Because we really want to teach people how to use condoms. Because a lot of people think that it's the good thing to go in a shop and get a condom, not knowing that it's just a first step. There are a lot of steps which involves how to use a female and male condom. And those are the issues which a lot of people are then getting infected to say, but I had a condom. But did you check the expiry date? Did you use it nicely? Was it well lubricated? Because some people, they say, Tatelicious, if I wear 3 condoms, I'm protecting myself, not knowing that it's dangerous. So it's a lot of...
But actually, Tatelicious, I think I read the Facebook rules just the other day, and if you are showing something that has sexual content for educational purposes, they shouldn't ban you. If you're doing it for educational purposes, not for entertainment, just go and check. But I think I read that.
I will do. Because I have to have samples of dildos to really show how people they use. Because this, you know what, Rutendo? Me, I'm a mother. I believe you are a mother too. These are the issues which are, when we were growing up as children with our families, they never told us to say, you are going out now, or you are starting secondary school, you are going to face these challenges. And a lot of people are now learning things on these platforms to say, okay, I was on Tateh's talk show and I learned how to use a condom. I like people who use protection than people who are told maybe in churches. It's going to be another topic for another day. We have churches which are saying, no sex before marriage. Does it work? Does it work?
Yeah. I mean, they're teaching it, and it's very good that they're teaching abstinence, but we do need to acknowledge that not everybody is abstaining, much as that's the gospel that we're preaching.
That's very true, my love. I thank you for joining on the show, and I hope you join again next week, my sweetness.
I'll definitely be here. Thanks, Tateh.
Wakandikoshera mufinge, love. Bye-bye.
Wakakosha, dear. Bye.
Okay, that was Rutendo on the platform, and she was advising the couple which had challenges of saying, blaming games. You gave me, and now we want divorce, but we are not certain. And Rutendo, thanks, my sister, for sharing. You said the truth. That's my Gabi. Evelyn Bede Mtetwa, she has also joined. He said, lovely Tate, my way. Then Patience Semwayo says, Tate, you condom after licking pussy and sucking dick. Talk this, sweetie. Yeah, this is a big one. They said condom after licking pussy and sucking dick. Talk about it. I think it's a future topic where women are saying, is it safe to, suck dick after putting a condom, or put a condom and suck dick, or lick pussy with a condom? How does it work? And I think it's a topic for another day, and we're gonna go deep with that. Francis says, kuchena iroko he de huri. I'm just dazzled by the fabulous look. Yes, Francis, thank you, Franz. Yeah, Francis, she's just dramatic. Francis, we are talking about disclosing partners, and I was reading letters which have been written to me. And one of the letters which we were recently addressing was when a couple got infected of HIV. The wife was raped, as she said in the letter, and the husband got to find it out from a doctor friend who saw the wife come getting HIV medication. And the doctor friend said to the husband, why can't you also come? Because we see your wife is coming, but you're not coming. Then that's when all the story came out, and the husband is now HIV positive, and they are blaming each other. Then Lolo Varashe says, Tate, tell the couple vasaudze hama, because hama dzinodzikisira rudo, and kana vachida kudanana, hama dzakapindira vanoudzwa zvisizvo zvekuti havazodi kuonana. But iwewo wakanyanya kuchena. Love you, Tate. Love your talk show. And your talk show also helps. Thank you so much, Kani Lolo. That's very true. Hama, friends and family are not to be trusted when it comes to these crucial issues. Only professional help helps. That's all. Don't go to a best friend and tell your best friend what is happening in your house. Because in a Shona saying, they say, Muroma uzarirwi nerwizi. Zvinozaram send rhyme. You look, thank you. Am I wake? And Evelyn says, never place your life in anyone's hands. It's not fair. Munu should be very forthcoming about stuff that concerns his or her life. I love my platforms. I'm loving this show. But I can see that I have a caller also. Let me make join that caller. Oh my goodness. Who is this one? This is Coombs. Hey. Coombs, hey. I'm adding you, my dear, so that you can add your views on the show. Coombs, hey.
Tate, hi. I had to come back a second time.
You are welcome, my baby. You are welcome. Tell me more.
Tate, the reason I came back a second time, after I spoke the first time, why is that topic, gara ichindi neta, because in my life I've come across someone wekuti aka contractor AIDS, HIV. Now, unfortunately, she got it angasingazive. However, nyaya yatandiri kutaura patsamba yako yechitu yekuti this girl was asking kuti should I tell my husband or not. This particular person didn't tell her husband. And up to now, she's been living a lie. Yekuti, it's gotten to an extent yekuti, akatanga kuita nhumbu yekutanga. And what she used to do is aikrasha ma tablets. Achiisira mwana ma tablets. Okrasha mujuice oisira baba ma tablets. So, in the end, mwana yakamuzvara. She got pregnant a second time.
I crash my tablets
like aimwa anokrashira murume okrashira mwana iye omwa. You see, ama kudaro, she's living because she's in this line now ka ana kutaura from day one kuti ndo situation yake. Apa murume wacho is always going mukadzi wangu anorwara iBP.
No.
So it's so heartbreaking because the husband has no idea.
But if it's like this, you are talking about your friend, is it? And you were brave enough to have this information. Why did you not advise your friend to maybe persuade the husband to go for an HIV test? And I understand nowadays in Zimbabwe, especially I love my country, Zimbabwe, because when it comes to prevention of mother to transmission, or when it comes to children, when it comes to babies who are being born by mothers who have HIV, it's very preventable. Why didn't you advise her to go to the hospital?
Everybody has, but she will not make the step to tell her husband. Saka, in that scenario, what do? Iwewe munhu, you don't want kuda kunopindira marriage yeumwe munhu. Iwewe ndo wakuenda pamberi kunomudza kuti mukadzi wako akamira so. It's her. She's supposed to. I know some people might say it's your duty, but I think if you're muri a couple, it's iwewe ndiwe unofanira kuudza murume wako your status, not kuti vamwe vanhu vataure. But the worst part about this situation, anyway, Tatelicious, her first child, akazvara mwana nobva abatira nhumbu yechitu. Abatira nhumbu yechitu, she went into delivery, right? Now, because mwana uyu aimokrashira ma tablets ari ega, nobody else knows. Those 4 days she was in labor, mwana uye akarwara because ma tablets haachapiwa until the baby died.
And also I would. This issue is very complicated. This woman, I would actually say, or I usually don't say these words on my platform, but I want to say, her uneducated sense or her insecurity sense has proven her to be a more evil person to her family. Because you have to protect your family when it comes to these issues of HIV. Because one of the things when mwana or a child becomes this sick, Samai, what is your duty? And it's basara mind kuchengetedza vana, even baba. Nowadays it's both. But as we grew up, we knew kuti amai ndo vanokushidzira moto we family kuti urambe uchibvira. And it so
yeah. But you see, in her head, Tatelicious, she thinks kuti she's doing right because paakapinda maternity hospital akatozvibuditsa early. Achida kuti amhanye kunoita sei secret yake iya amhanya anokrashira mwana ma tablets. But by the time she got to the house, mwana angatorwa angaita 2 days achitadza kufema. Nobody else knew. Okay, like mwana yanga asiri kudevelopa, so people are obviously in the suspicion, and vanhu vari around her know kuti iye ari kurwara. But
what sense and education, sweetie, because people are also starting to ask you, Achiti, was the child HIV as well? This is Rutendo Masiva.
Yes, the child was HIV. The child was HIV, yeah.
Then
but angasiri mwana we murume wake. So she got, you see, yeah, angasiri mwana we the man she's with right now. But she kept it at play. The husband is such a nice person. So she takes advantage of that.
Sweetheart, do panonzi vakadzi vaivaya vanomisa dzimba dzevamwe vakadzi you have to have the guts of holding this friend of yours to say, kumukira makuseni, kuti I'm not going to work because ndaudza boss wangu kuti I have an issue to do. Womubata ruoko, womuudza kuti tiri kuenda kuchipatara. And you give that a condition to say, kana wakasaenda kuchipatara neni, ndikunoudza murume wako kuti ndozvauri kuita. Sometimes these helpful, constructive threats, they work. Munhu anofanira kuchangamuka oudzwa kuti you are killing your family. Iwe untomubata ruoko kuti asawira. Nhasi ndirisawira vakaipa because ndauya nerufu. It's either your marriage is going to break because of me, or it's either you are going to protect your family because of me. You have to choose. I don't know. That's one thing I would advise you, because I didn't prepare for this, but you brought it impromptly, and I think that's one thing in my common sense I would do. But and this is
I know pane my question ari kupozwa apo yekuti vanhu vari kuti they think the death of the child could have been something else. The reason we know kuti mwana uyu akafa nechirwere, remember mukadzi uyu anga ari kukrashira mwana matablets ake, not matablets akaprescribewa mwana. She was just medicating, akazviitawo doctor. Saka anga kungopawo mwana, let's say iye akaenda kuhospital, because ari kuwandisa. Remember, everything is a secret. So what she's now doing, ari kungoita, but mwana uyu haana kudiagnoserwa mushonga uyu properly. Iye ari kungoti inini chero ndiri kumwa, ongokrashawo oisira mwana mukapu, mwana omwa, mwana ongorarama, oito madays ari okay, some days haazi okay, but she's caught up in a lie. So for me,
but
this
what
point
is happening now, sweetie? What is happening with this your friend? These days too.
Okay, now she's stable because akazvara mwana wake wechi2 handiti. Obviously ko hospital iye she knows she's positive. Mwana akabuda ari positive, unfortunately, because haana kumuita mabarrier, haana kumwa mabarrier medication. So she has been now medicated. Jekuti she's living, she's well. Mwana wake as well is doing okay, but haasati abuditsa secret yake.
I think one of the issues which you have brought me, my sweetheart, we really need another day where we are talking about prevention of mother-to-child transmission, PMTCT. I think we really want to talk. Unfortunately, I cannot read some of the comments, people which you are talking bad about my caller. Everyone who calls on this platform is well respected. So if you are going to read any comment which is disrespectful, I cannot read. Please, let's just respect each other. If someone comes with a story, this caller knows what she's talking about, and let's just respect her for that. And I will not read anything which is bad. But a lot of people are confused, People they don't know information, sweetheart. People, they don't know. And one thing which I should say, kana shamwari yako yakuziva zvekuita encourage your friend to continue to go to those support groups, movement groups, the HIV and AIDS, especially Zana Mai, vanodzidziswa how to control themselves. Are they still together with their husband?
Yes, they are. They are. This is not for me to even come back a second time, Tatelicious. It's because it eats me every day. Because
I know, sweetheart.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
That's why I'm not reading those shameful, because these people, they don't know your experience. Your experience matters on my platform. That's why I'm not reading any negative things. But I think, Iwewe, you are doing a great thing, also monitoring. What I just want you to do is now bring more information to this woman. If she's possible, can I in a Facebook anyway? Muzoma dates kuti Tateh anenga in this show every Monday at this time, so that Ano Joina, and also she sees other people who are talking about these issues. Because I don't want to blame her, but sometimes to know those situations out of desperation. Munozia, one people would say, this woman is evil. Vamwan dzinenge dziri nherera, akaunzwa maharare nemurume, and askudaka na kutombodzokera kumushani kuti akusina kuchiriko. People so a lot of situations differ from person to person. That's why we don't want to judge a person, but I really want to say,
Tade, this particular person anyway, Wandrukutaura, to be honest, she's from, I'm not saying background yakhe anyway, anobva from the village, grew up in the village, and she's not very educated, but it's somebody we've gotten to know, and people around her, as I said, we've seen daily situation ichiitika. She's been advised so many times on how to handle. Now she's gotten pregnant 4 times, 2 vana vakafa, 3 vana vakafa ne HIV. And then now she's got the last child, which this last child has been strong because she learned kuenda naye hospital, anompa mshonga and all that. So she's strong, and this kid, I believe, will survive through this. But unfortunately, she's lost 3 children because, first of all, she's kept a secret.
Because of not being educated. But anyway, these are the issues we're gonna come. Nyama misconceptions happens a lot. I was talking to one of my aunties who is over 80 years old, and my aunties, it was early in 2016, and she saw one of my Facebook videos where I was teaching people how to suck dicks. Then she said to me, "Musukuru, you don't do that. You die." You know, those people grew up saying Abajgiwi, Alpabatwi, you know, these are some misconceptions which just grow up with people. But if you are then educated, you say, just like your friend, if she was educated enough to know, no, she can still have children, preventing them drinking nevarapine whilst pregnant. You know, it's a lot of things which we have to do a topic for that. But I'll wake. There's Michelle. I think it's a decent comment. I'll read it for you so that maybe you can respond before you go, my sweetness. Michelle says, I work with children and families. Sometimes I refer clients with problems to others that have been through the same, and it works very well. I think this lady needs to talk to you, Tate, and you share your story, and I believe she will be encouraged. That's why I said my sister who called in, Jay, you have to tell your friend to say if she is comfortable, make a join. Or maybe unogona ngotanga uchite every Monday umdeedza kumba kwako wotisawira uyaumboona chirongwa chatatei ngochaniri kutaura nezve-HIV. You know, something chinongoita kuti vanhu vadzidze zviri kuitika. And he says, the caller is absolutely right. Almost had a similar story. This is someone who is agreeing with you. She's saying people, especially ladies, we are afraid to open up. Our kids are getting infected because of lack of knowledge. You see?
Because Tate, like, you see, there are some people who are thinking, Kuti, I'm bad-mouthing this person. I'm not bad-mouthing this person.
Don't listen to them. You are coming to get help for your friends.
Exactly.
Zimbabweans have got an issue of wanting to judge each other in every issue. To say, you are coming to get help for your friend and also getting help for yourself. You are also sexually active and you want to know what is going to happen if these things fall into my house. So I really applaud you. Can we all show some love ticks for the caller? Some love ticks for the caller.
Because the reason anyway for me as well, it was because of your second letter. Yeah, the woman who's debating to either tell her husband before marriage or not. For me, she just needs to come clean, because my whole point was that once you start lying, you get caught up in your lies. And then when you are caught up in your lies, you can no longer come out of your situation. So that was my whole point. And I was giving this particular example that I've known for years, because this particular person started off on a small lie. 3 children have been lost.
Imagine 3 lives.
Yes. And yet she could have sought for proper help. Vana vakapiwa ma tablets properly. Asanye pere murume, and murume wacho, as I said, he's an easygoing person and supports his wife 100%. Even if people try, his family, his relatives have told him, but he stands by his wife. He will not even listen to Shirukutaurwa Nevanu.
Just like my sweet Richard.
Exactly.
I in the beginning of our relationship, when most of Richard's friends found out that I was HIV positive, They sat down with Richard. You are now dying. This is
Yes.
like in Sweden, it's very discriminated. It's HIV is the worst pandemic to have in Sweden because white people or Swedes, they think that we bring HIV. Of course, I came with it, but most of it also, white people, they spread HIV. It doesn't have to go with people or race or what. So Richard was just coming every day. And when I used to live alone, of course, he would come to my villa and say, Tatelicious, you know that person is not a good friend. Then I said, what happened, Richie? They're actually saying I should leave you because you're HIV positive. Then I go to those people. Then I say, mind your own business.
People have to mind. I know people think kuti exaggerate, but I have seen this person for years and has been in this situation. We've tried, we've encouraged, but at the end of the day, this is why I've come kokuvunza kuti now where do you step in as a person ari kuona moudza murume wake here, or do you leave it to her personally to say it eventually to her husband?
I think this advice, I don't know if people, I want you also to put if this advice would work. I want you, the advice which I'm going to give Jay now, I want you to say correct or uncorrect when the advice is not good. What I'm advising Jay is the Sawira, is the friend, is Jay to go to a friend and tell a friend that today I have to go with you to the medication or to the hospital so that you get more information and help. If you don't do that, I'm going to make sure that your husband knows your status. You are not destroying anyone, but you are protecting your friend for not getting hit. I think that's the most important. So I think if she gets that issue of saying she has to go to the hospital, and disclose and say it's pachavo, but you just need her to go to HIV sessions. You know, wakapota choose was the HIV, zvinopinda musoro mubrain zvekuti you won't even forget about it. I still remember when I went to because I got HIV, I was raped when I was 12 years old. Then I started taking my medication. After taking my medication, when I joined university my first year, I left the medication because if people get to know that I'm HIV positive, my roommates at university would laugh at me. But now, when I left this medication, it turned out to become AIDS. And I was very sick. CD4 count dropped to 212. I was almost dying. Then my mother went to me straight back to the hospital. Again, every day. Being taught, because I still remember it was at Parenyatwa. I love a big shout out to Parenyatwa OI Clinic in Harare. Every day there's a sister who would start by praying. You know, praying in the morning, gospel. Then after that, people start waiting to get their medication and they are being taught about HIV. It helped me so much to say, this woman is teaching me. So if you take your friend to an HIV consultation, support groups, and make a mandate, give it to say, if you stop, I will tell your husband. If you continue, I'll hit my
But Tati, the thing is, she's taking her meds. Mushongar kutora.
It's different, sweet. It's different if mushonga is being taken. Because a lot of things in Sweden, people, they drink their medication, but do they know what they are drinking? Why they are drinking the medication? Because you can tell me that, yes, I'm HIV positive, but I'm drinking my medication. Do you know how your medication works? Or define to me, dear friend, if you know your medication, how does the viral load become affected when you don't take your medication? What do we mean when we say CD4 count? What is a CD4 dropout? Those issues. And what are, STI prevalence in HIV people? Those things have to be known. And what do we call when we say zero HIV prevalence is not caused when someone has got a undetectable viral load and there is no transmission? Those are terms which need to be learned. So taking medication is another issue, which she's doing well, but learning about HIV is very important. I still remember when I went back to Parenya to OI, the nurses advised us to have small books to write about HIV. What is the medication you drink? Are you on line 1 or line 2? Okay. Are you on Kotri? You know, a lot of things which you need to learn about this HIV. It's not about drinking medication only. You have to know why you are drinking your medication.
All right, let me look and time, but thank you so much for the advice, because as I said, for me, it's something that eats us, like it eats a lot of people who are quite close to it, because atisku ziva, you know, how far should we go is, you know, to try and help her. But you know, all the, you know, info from everybody has been very helpful, and hopefully now I'll come back one day and ndichikudza kuti that woman akazoudza murume wake, and you know, they are now fine, because murume wacho anongoti mukadzi wangu anomwa matablet eBP, that's all he thinks.
And they will usazonotorere munhu murume wake.
No, aiwa titore murume wacho, aiwa ngavagare vese, they are meant for each other.
But anyway, thank you so much, Jay, for joining in. I love you so much.
Okay, I love you too, Tate. Okay, bye.
Okay. Oh my God.